T-Bone and Heather in the morning on Star 98.3 and 97.7 The Bay.
12 minutes after 7 o'clock, 7:12. It is Friday. Come on.
Here's Johnny.
Woo!
Good morning.
Good
morning, sir.
How are ya?
Cold.
Oh,
I know, right?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's what I've been told.
It is really, really cold outside. It is. Hopefully warmer a little bit next week. But have you seen, we've been talking about you all morning, even before you showed up. Have you seen Kraven?
I have.
Okay. I've only seen the 9-minute segment where he breaks out of jail. I thought that was cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the movie good?
Yes.
I see.
There you go.
And this is where I'll give the disclaimer that, if you're going for an art film, if you're going for something with deep plot,
then you shouldn't go to see a movie called Kraven.
I mean, I always have to. I don't like reading other reviews, especially before I give mine, because I don't want it to color anything. But I had to know. I was like, this movie has like a 7% right now on Rotten Tomatoes, and I expected it to be low.
Oh boy!
Because there's certain things in this world right now that are painfully obvious and nobody admits to. One of those things is that I'm pretty sure a lot of critics make their mind up about a film long before they've seen it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because everybody's like, well, Kraven's going to stink. Kraven's going to stink. You've seen the trailer, and the trailer, by the way, looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It looked like a nice, violent time, just in time for Christmas.
Right, exactly.
And, they were picking up things like his Russian accent, which everybody's Russian accent sounds so like, yes, I am Kraven the Hunter. Yeah,
right.
It actually didn't sound bad. I was like, you're picking on things.
Mm-hmm.
And it is 90 minutes or 2 hours of just great action.
Okay.
And that's, I'll tell you one thing, I only read like 2 or 3 other reviews, but they all said the same thing. They're like, basically, what you went to this movie for is amazing, but it's other things. It's like, thankfully, the action scenes are intense and unending and amazing, but, he's got a bad accent. So, movie's horrible.
Okay, I gotcha.
It just, not to rant, but it makes me so angry because this is the whole dichotomy between film as entertainment and film as art, and his first job is entertainment. So if a movie is entertaining, it should be up on the list. But yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who plays Kraven the Hunter, who started out as a Spider-Man villain.
Yep.
And really, I'm surprised they moved him to be a anti-hero in this, because he was basically the worst kind of person. He was a poacher. He went after endangered animals.
Yeah,
right.
Had that big lion's mane.
Yeah, punched babies, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. But Aaron Taylor Johnson, he was in Kick-Ass a long time ago. He was in the Elton John biopic.
Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. And Bullet Train, by the way, amazing, underrated movie.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was good.
But he's great. He's always great. And
how do you think he's going to be with? Rumor is that he's the next James Bond.
It's me getting old, but I was like, he's too young for that. But he's in his mid-30s, so it makes sense. But he's definitely a step away from Daniel Craig as like a rough around the edges. But he would be a perfect Sean Connery. Pierce Brosnan. Man, my brain doesn't work in the morning.
I think this not the whole thing. That's not fair. But I think that was a big reason he got the lead in Kraven. It was like, let's give him a vessel where he can be the star,
mm-hmm.
and let's see if he can carry a movie before we put him in the tuxedo.
Right.
And that's the side thing that kills me about some of these bad reviews is that movies aren't just movies; they're also job applications.
Exactly,
they're resumes.
Right,
and he's proven this, that he's charismatic, that he can carry a movie, that he can do action without a problem, and he's just really good across the board. So I had a ton of fun with Kraven the Hunter. They are saying that the Sony Spider-Verse is dead now after Madam Web and
well, that was terrible.
Really, they're only real.
Did we even see Madam Web?
Yeah, we did. That's how you know. That's how you know how good it was.
Did we watch Madam Web?
No, you sat right next to me.
It was bad. It felt like a Saturday Night Live parody where the Dakota Johnson's character at one point, she's like, my mom was hunting or studying the deadliest spiders in the Amazon, and she was bit by one. I never saw her again.
Right.
That's
horrible.
Yeah. While she was pregnant with her.
Right. And midway through, you started scrolling through your phone.
Yeah, like that dialogue, I will make fun of. I have no problem making fun of that.
Hey, let me ask you this about a movie that's out in select theaters. There's a new Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim.
Rohirrim.
Yes,
and it's actually wide this this week, so you should be able to see it.
What is
pretty much
what is
everywhere.
that?
So it's a side story. Like if my in-laws, and my wife are huge J.R.R. Tolkien, Lord of the Rings fans. So
Okay.
I am too. I like the movies.
I like the movies. I never was huge into them like that, but I didn't realize that outside of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, there's this entire universe of side stories and books and heck, even like encyclopedias that he wrote about this world.
Wow.
And this is one of those stories. This is takes place, I think, 163 years before either The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, and it's about the last great leader of Rohan, which is one of the human settlements that
the horse riders.
Yeah, the horse riders.
Yeah.
And it's in an anime style, which is one thing a lot of people should know. I know people love that. I've never been able to be comfortable with like that animation style.
Yeah.
Which stinks because there's a lot of great stories. One of the video games I think would make an amazing movie has never been translated. Castlevania, which is about Simon Belmont and the Belmont vampire hunting family and Count Dracula. It has what is apparently an amazing anime series on Netflix, but I can't get into that style.
Yeah.
Okay.
That being said, it's a fun story and it is beautiful.
Okay.
And I think it's probably not for everybody because there's a lot of references and you kind of
see that's the problem with a movie like that. You got to walk a line, because if you can't just go in there on a whim one day and get a bucket of popcorn and follow the movie, then you're going to really, like, I'm sure your in-laws would be like, see, that's the reason he rides a gray horse.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he was a gray, the 2 stories back. But if you don't know that, then you're not picking up on all of these things.
Yeah, you get about 30% of the intention of the movie doing that, and even the title, the War for Rohirrim, like it. If you say Lord of the Rings cartoon, you'd probably have a better title to bring people in.
Yeah, right.
But that being said, it's still, obviously amazingly well done. It's a gorgeous movie, and anybody that's a fan of Tolkien's works, it's probably definitely going to want to be in line for that one.
What else is out this week, maybe in theaters or on streaming?
So there is one. There is one limited release that I just wanted to bring up. If you want to drive to like DC, the last Showgirl is debuting this week.
Is it worth the drive to DC?
Yeah, I think it is actually.
What's it about?
Is it about a showgirl?
Yep, it's about
the last one.
This is how whenever you have certain types of celebrities and they're closer to their twilight years, they'll have some major stab at acting and like a big redemption. Well, this is Pam Anderson's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
She plays an aging showgirl in Las Vegas, and the whole thing was that she was sans makeup the whole time, and nobody's ever seen her without makeup. So, but she is actually, like usually happens in these stories. It happens every once in a while. You'll see these people that you didn't think could act their way out of a paper bag. Simon Rex of MTV fame did it a few years ago with a movie called Red Rocket. But it's Pam Anderson really acting with everything she has. I was really surprised to see that, when the Golden Globes came out and the Washington Area Film Critics Association, the local critics association here in the DC metro area, we had our awards last week, and she didn't make the bill there either. So that was, I was kind of pulling for it.
But she does good at it.
She does amazing. Yeah.
Wow,
she's really good.
The last Showgirl.
Yeah, it's more of an art film and more depressing than you'd probably want around Christmas.
Sure,
but,
of course.
And then on Netflix, you have Carry On, which is
that looks good.
I'm a fan.
Why Taron Egerton was in my mind earlier, because he stars in that, and he's another one I just
am
love.
a fan of his.
He's awesome, isn't he?
First time I ever saw him.
He's pretty good in everything he does.
Yeah, he's just a little fellow, but he's really good.
Yeah.
The Kingsman, I think, was the first time I ever saw him
Kingsman,
in anything, and then he was just amazing in the Elton John story.
Right? Yeah, I did think there was any way he would be good in that, but I also didn't know at the time he could sing. And
No, he killed it on that.
Oh yeah, and then in the animated movie Sing, which I watched 76,000 times with my kids.
Right.
That was that Moana were there too, like right in the wheelhouse of watching movies every day.
Sure.
And he plays this gorilla that sings, shocker, Elton John I'm Still
Okay.
Standing, and
Yeah.
he's excellent. I mean,
Yeah.
the kid can do action, he can do drama, he can do it all.
And now he's doing Thriller with Carry On
And
Netflix.
now he's doing a Netflix thriller. Yep,
And the fact that Jason Bateman's in it, I'm like, okay, well, pop some corn. I'm going to
right.
watch. I'm going to
Yeah.
watch anything he's in.
Jason Bateman plays, a villainous role, which
Yeah.
we usually don't see him in, and that dry wit of his is disturbing as can be.
Yeah.
He's blackmailing Taron Egerton's TSA agent, which
Oh.
talk about a Mission Impossible making the TSA agent a popular hero.
Yeah.
But.
Right.
He's blackmailing him into letting a package through on a
I
plane
gotcha.
on Christmas
Right,
Eve.
sure.
So Taron Egerton's character needs to spend the movie outsmarting him to make sure this doesn't happen.
And also a Christmas movie since it
is.
takes place on
A la,
Christmas.
a la Die Hard.
a la Die Hard, and I think
nice.
that's when I saw the marketing for this, and they were kind of pushing without pushing the fact that it's a Christmas quote unquote movie. I was like, they're trying to get in the same vein as Die Hard.
Is it out now, or when
Yeah.
does it come out?
Yeah.
Today.
Oh, I'm watching it
Today.
today. Then.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
It does not share shoes, or should I say non-shoes, with John McClane though.
Okay.
Oh, no.
But
Well,
it is
Yeah.
very good. It's a
That's
lot of
solid
fun.
ground right there.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate you coming in, and I'm
Absolutely.
not sure if we're going to see you before the holidays. So I hope you and Angela and the kids have a fantastic holiday season.
And same to you, yeah.
How just bonkers are your kids for Christmas?
Oh, absolutely crazy. We're in full-on Elf on the Shelf mode.
Oh, good.
The elves the other day were actually sliding down our banister on candy canes, which I thought was
Oh,
inventive
come on.
of them.
Oh
Nice.
my
Yeah.
gosh, those elves are pesky, aren't they?
They are mischievous.
Fantastic. Thank you, John.
So much fun.
Appreciate it.